Hello, my name is René Parker. I head up RLabs Global. Today I have Kim Busch with me. Kim and I have been working together for many years, mostly on the RLabs Women program. And Kim recently joined the RLabs Global team. So Kim, I really need you to tell me how you actually found the transition between the different teams.
Yeah, I want to say it's easy to talk about the transition. However, being part of the RLabs Women team, it kind of allowed me to do a lot of stuff. I learned a lot of skills. I did a lot of creating, a lot of designing, a lot of facilitating, a lot of getting into interaction. And the shift now is like all of that I have to do virtually, and that's a bit different. I want to also say that I want to continue the exciting stuff, the creating, the doing. But now I have to think more, I guess, strategically on what helps for countries or what helps for what is easily, how can I say, what is meant to happen in different countries, how people or young people take on new things. So it's a lot of thinking and less doing. I guess it's definitely a challenge I want to see through.
Well, Kim, I have to correct you there because you are doing and you are building. It just looks a little different, or the creation of that. But we've seen how you managed to take our programs that we've been doing physically, especially the RLabs Women programs, because you're so passionate about RLabs Women, how you managed to take that and actually scale it. So you've definitely still been building. I know it might not look that way to you, but we've seen it. We've seen the creation of it. So my next question is, what inspired you to actually take on this role?
Would probably be the wanting to be, or the impact, I guess, the impact in other women's lives. I guess being surrounded by so many women that don't have access to a lot of learning opportunities or a lot of or any kinds of opportunities. I think that is the one thing that I want to be able to take with me. So everyone I get into conversation with, get in contact with, how can I help? Women don't necessarily approach you and say, I need help. But along the way, having conversations with them, you kind of figure out maybe this is something that they're struggling with. And maybe I feel like a lot of times I can help. I can always help anyone. I think on a couple of weeks back, I did a facilitation class. And for me, it was like, this is such basic stuff I'm sharing, and the way they took in what I was sharing was like they've known about it, but they've never known that it was so easy to just learn about it. And so that's always something I wanted to take into another country. I think even with the experience with doing our virtual incubation program with the women in Namibia, that was also different. I learned that even though we are two different countries, we kind of align in the way we learn things, the way we do things, might be different cultures, but it's definitely something I want to learn more about the women in other countries.
Thank you, Kim, for sharing that. Because your role is not just around RLabs Women and scaling the RLabs Women programs, courses, initiatives, or building new ones, but it's also heading up programs across the different countries. And we've seen the impact already. You know, you've been able to take our course content that we have, which is local to us, but taking it into another country and localizing it in their context. So we've definitely seen that. And you mentioned Namibia, because Namibia is, of course, one of the countries that you also support quite closely. And so what is one thing in the Namibia hub, or RLabs Namibia, that you feel they're doing really well and that others could learn from?
I want to say they are like go-getters, but I feel like everybody in their own context are go-getters. But specifically for Namibia, there's a small team, but there's so much opportunity, and every day we learn something new, either like individually or as a group. They getting involved in the ecosystem, getting involved in the activities, trying to bring what we do at RLabs into the ecosystem. Because even though there are other hubs that may be offering the same that we offer to people in the community, I'm sure the experience and the culture will then be different.
So just on a personal note, how do you stay energized and of course motivated working with different teams and across different time zones?
I think if I must say personally, and I think we had this conversation before, is like I want to do a lot of things for people, regardless, without getting something in return. If I know it's something that I can help with, I'd always offer my time. And people say time is money and all of that stuff, but I think the one thing that stands out for me is how well they take in what I do for them, and how we kind of connect in a way of, even though it's not, it doesn't end here, it's always opportunity. There's always coming opportunity, and that's obviously something that excites me. But the different time zones, different people, I haven't done it before, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to learning new things about people, about the culture, the way they do things, and also what I can bring to the table, bring to the countries, bring to the people.
Thank you, Kim. I mean, I definitely know you are on your own clock when it comes to timing, and it's probably boils down to being a creative, that you're able to do things all hours of the day and still be creative. So I definitely see that side of you. What is something that I guess you're looking forward to, because you are going to visit Namibia and you're going to be spending quite a bit of time there? What's one of the things that you're looking forward to?
I think I said this already, that Namibia and South Africa is kind of alike, but what I'm really looking forward to is to getting to know the people, getting to know what they need, what are their needs, what do people in the community want from RLabs. I know that RLabs has been in Namibia for for some time, and so what type of interaction, what type of engagement, what can we bring from the soil in South Africa to Namibia?
Well, I definitely know what Namibia can share with you. If I just share a quick story, when I first went to visit Namibia in 2013 and spent some time there, and one of the classes we ran, we were quite limited that time to the courses we had on offer. And it was a social media course which we were offering in South Africa and other parts. And we offered it to, of course, a group of young people in Namibia. And there was a young man, he's not so young anymore, but they came to our class and he was visually impaired. And our content was structured for, we would have a screen up and you would project and you would tell people to, go to your browser and click www.google.com and, all those things. So it was very descriptive about, what we had to do. And all of a sudden we had a young man in our class who was visually impaired. And I think it was the first time I realized, the programs that we put out, how it really needs to speak to the local context or who's in the room. And his name is Harry Reeder. I really hope you get to meet him when you're in Namibia. He's phenomenal. This young man, he insisted, and kept asking him, are you sure you want to do this class? And he's like, yes, I have my computer, I have my laptop. He had some assistive technology on his computer, and that time it wasn't as advanced as it was now, so it could really only work on Windows, which meant it limited you in using different tools around social media. But he was so persistent, and one of the courses that we offered was a social media course, which he completed, and then we had a partnership with Get Smarter, and we're offering the Internet Super User courses, which was an actual program for 10 weeks that you had to do virtually. And Harry was insistent. He said, I'm doing this course along with everyone else. He got it after 2 takes, and he completed his course. We just had somebody that helped him, especially just to navigate his way around the technology. But in my conversation with him, in asking, Harry, do you find your being visually impaired, is it a barrier to you? And his words really stuck with me, and that is up until today, I still remember it so clearly. And he said, I might not have sight, but I have vision. And and it just ended there. There was no other explanation. And this really, really stuck with me. And so I do believe that if we can all just have vision, because sometimes we can't see, even the things that's in front of us, but if we can all have vision, I believe we will all go so much further.